Business terms for in-app purchase are exactly the same as for apps sold on the App Store. Now, in-app purchase is for paid apps only. Free apps remain free. So when a consumer downloads a free app, they know that'll be free for the lifetime of that app. And that's in-app purchase. Next, support for peer-to-peer connectivity. This is really nice, especially for games. Let's say you have a couple kids at the airport with their own iPod Touch, and they'd like to play backgammon against each other. The peer-to-peer support will automatically find the other player. It does it wirelessly over Bluetooth, but there's no pairing needed. It's completely seamless for both the developer and for the user. It finds it, connects the two, and now the game is off and running. So great support for peer-to-peer connectivity. It's nice for games. It's great for any application that wants to form a peer-to-peer connection between two devices. Peer-to-peer. Next is accessories. In iPhone OS 3.0, we are opening up for hardware accessory developers to build companion software applications that talk right to the accessory. For instance, back in March when we announced iPhone 3.0, LifeScan, a Johnson & Johnson company, announced that they're taking their one-touch blood glucose monitor and building a companion iPhone application. This application will monitor your blood glucose and even calculate how much insulin you need to take at your next meal based on the meal. This is incredible. It'll be fantastic for people living with diabetes. Well, these companion apps can talk to the hardware accessories over the dock connector or even wirelessly over Bluetooth. You can use the standard built-in protocols, or you can even create your own custom protocols to talk to your custom hardware. That's accessories. Next is maps. We have built a Cocoa Touch control to allow you to embed the Google Maps service, including satellite and hybrid, right in your application. This control is really the heart of our map application that we ship as part of the phone. And that means you get everything you expect, like the ability to pan and zoom, to add custom annotations on top, to get your current location, to geocode, to reverse geocode. It's incredible. On top of this, we're allowing developers to build turn-by-turn direction applications using core location. Next is push notifications, which are in iPhone OS 3.0. We have provided a generic push notification service for developers. And this allows developers to push things like scoring alerts. It also allows you to push things like instant messages. There are 3 types of notifications you can push. Text alerts, like you see here, numerical badges for your home screen icon, and custom alert sounds, like you heard. And again, these are only a few of the more than 1,000 new APIs that make up the SDK in iPhone OS 3.0. It is an incredible SDK. Now, ever since we announced 3.0, we've been seeding developers with betas, and they have been taking advantage of many of these features already. So today I'd like to bring up a few developers to show you what they've already been able to accomplish in iPhone OS 3.0, starting with GameLoft. GameLoft is one of the largest developers of games for the iPhone and iPod Touch. To show you how they're taking advantage of all sorts of new functionality in iPhone OS 3.0, I'd like to invite up Mark Hickey. Mark?
Thank you, Scott. Good morning. Okay, so on behalf of GameLoft, I'm very excited to announce an awesome new product called Asphalt 5. It's the latest installment in our highly acclaimed Asphalt racing franchise, and we think it's going to be the best 3D racing experience ever seen on a mobile device. In Asphalt 5, you race elite sports cars and motorcycles in 12 exotic locations around the world. The game's going to ship with 27 licensed cars, 4 motorcycles, and some of the models included are going to be Ferrari, Bugatti, BMW, Audi, and a whole bunch more. The car you see on the screen today is the Audi R8, mean machine. And we're going to take the R8 for a little spin through the mountains in Aspen, Colorado. Now, I don't know about you, but when I'm driving, I like to have my iPod music with me. So as soon as we get into the game, we're going to open up the car stereo, and here we see one of the great new features of iPhone SDK 3.0. With Media Player Access, now you can access your car stereo to control your music from your iPod. Just select from playlist, artist, or song, same as you do on your iPod. Select what you want to hear, and you're good to go.
I've been driving all night, my hands wet on the wheel. There's a voice in my head that drives my heel. It's my baby calling, says I need you here.
All right, pretty cool, right? Pretty sweet. You can, so once you got the race started and the music going, what else is going on? Well, let's talk about graphics. Since Asphalt 4, we've learned a lot of new tricks developing for the iPhone and the iPod Touch. And we're pushing the hardware further than ever before. Asphalt 5 features advanced lighting effects, high-resolution environments, super fast frame rates, and tight responsive controls. Now, all these things combine to deliver a console-quality gaming experience unlike anything we've ever been able to produce before. We even worked some shortcuts into the game. Now, on top of all this, what's really going to make Asphalt 5 shine are the additional 3.0 features we worked into the game. We're going to have peer-to-peer multiplayer over Bluetooth, worldwide online multiplayer over Wi-Fi, which will include in-game voice chat, and we'll even be selling content packs where you can download 1 new racetrack and 3 new cars for just 99 cents using in-app purchase. So keep an eye out for Asphalt 5. It'll be shipping later this summer. Thank you for your time.
Thanks, Mark. It's great stuff. Next up is Airstrip Technologies. Airstrip Technologies creates medical software that allows healthcare providers to monitor patient data on their mobile devices. To show you some exciting new work they're doing for the iPhone, I'd like to invite up Dr. Cameron Powell. Dr. Powell?
Thanks, Scott. Good morning. Driving today is Airstrip co-founder and CTO Trey Moore. You know, at Airstrip Technologies, we are all about patient safety. Now, you're familiar with Airstrip OB from the video earlier. That application is already FDA cleared and is approaching 100 hospital installations. Now, the medical community is flocking to the iPhone. So this morning, we wanted to take advantage of the time and give you a sneak peek at our next application, Airstrip Critical Care, featuring some great new iPhone 3.0 SDK features. So let's start with push notification. So with push, I can pre-select those clinical parameters that I wish to be notified of when I'm on call. For example, we've just received an alert that a patient's recently ordered lab value has come back abnormal. Well, by acknowledging the alert, I can go directly to the test results screen where I can see that the patient's potassium level is too low. I can then navigate back to the patient summary screen to see more information about my patient. But you know, what if I'm away from the hospital and all I have is my iPhone and a cell phone connection? Well, now, with Airstrip Critical Care, I'm going to be able to virtually look into that patient's room. So even though I'm away from the hospital, thank you. So even though I'm away from the hospital, I can still look at this real-time waveform data just as if I were at the patient's bedside. But doctors like me can't be at the bedside 24/7, so we had to figure out ways to bring the data to the mobile physician anytime, anywhere, and we've now done that on the iPhone. Now, this is just like having a patient monitor in my hand, but you know what? It's even better. Because if I see a problem, I can tap to pause, I can scroll back over time to an event that may have occurred in the past, and then if I'm interested in that cardiac waveform, I can double tap on the tracing. I can enable pinch zoom. I can scroll back over time to look for abnormalities, and then if I see something of interest, I can zoom in, and I can enable touch calibration. This is really great. I can use the calipers to measure the distance between a cardiac event or perhaps the size of a waveform. So you know, in healthcare today, we really have a problem. There's not enough doctors. And there are so many patients that need our help. So what you've seen this morning is an example of how Airstrip Technologies is working to solve this problem by bringing any data to any doctor, anytime, anywhere on the iPhone. Now, we anticipate FDA clearance for this next product, Airstrip Critical Care, in the near future, and please look for us on the App Store. Thank you very much.
Great, thanks. Next up is Scroll Motion. Scroll Motion was created to develop digital books for the App Store. They're currently shipping titles from all major publishers in North America. To show you what they're doing with iPhone OS 3.0, I'd like to invite up Josh Kapul. Josh?
Thank you. Good morning. Joining me on stage is John Lima, my partner and co-founder. Scroll Motion is a company that was built around the idea of bringing great content to the iPhone. And in the last year, we've gone after the publishing space in a big way. This is our new in-app bookstore. It's powered by in-app purchase, one of the great new features in iPhone SDK 3.0. Let's go shopping. We currently have over 500 best-selling books in the App Store. But we are proud to announce that we've made deals to bring 50 major magazines, over 170 daily newspapers, and over 1 million books to the App Store. Let's buy one. Here we are in a category section. Let's go to teens. New Moon by Stephanie Meyer. Let's buy it. This is the book downloading directly into the app. This is the in-app bookshelf. This is where all your books live, and it's downloaded. Let's read it. The Scroll Motion experience for Iceberg is a scrollable page with the ability to swipe to turn back and forth. You can pinch to zoom the page as well. Now, two of the great new features in iPhone SDK 3.0 are copy-paste and in-app email. And we think that these are features that are going to really appeal to students. So let's imagine for a second that I'm writing a paper and I want to make a citation. All I have to do is copy and email. And the text is brought directly into the mail without ever leaving the app. Also present is all the relevant bibliographic information like author, title, page number, and even a link back to the App Store. Now, we are so excited about the educational space. And with that in mind, we're happy to announce that we've partnered with some of the largest textbook publishers in the world, including Houghton Mifflin Harcourt, McGraw-Hill, and Wiley, to bring textbooks to the App Store. We are Scroll Motion. This is the Iceberg Reader, and it is coming soon to an iPhone near you. Thank you.
Thanks, Josh. Next up is TomTom.